What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And no, this is not clickbait. A kid at my school was expelled for taking photos of people while they were using the bathroom. So last video I made a Minecraft video. I was kind of just yapping, and it actually did pretty well. I got like 300 views. I got a couple of comments, and someone said they liked when I just told stories, kind of just talking about my life. So today we're going to be talking about this kid at my school who basically yeah, he was just, just taking pictures of people in the bathroom. So let me give you guys a little bit of background about this guy. I'll call him, what's a good name? I'll call him Zach. Actually, no, because I have an actual friend named Zach. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is a bad spawn. Let me go over here really quickly. I'll call him Tim. Tim seems like a fitting name for him. So basically, Tim came into the school in middle school, and he was kind of shy, I'll say. Like, he didn't really talk too much. He obviously had a little group of friends of his own. And so, for the longest time, nobody really had a problem with him. But one thing that people would give him a hard time for was his weird relationship with this one girl. I'll call her Megan. So, Megan, she was, she got around, I'll say. Megan, definitely, she got around. I'll just say that much. So, basically, everyone thought that, what was my nickname for him again? Tim. Everyone thought that Tim liked Megan. But one thing to kind of note is that Tim was very short. Like, he was pretty short. But he wasn't, like, short in a way like a grown man short. He looked like a little kid, basically. Megan was, like, a good, like, 4 or 5. Like 3 to 4 inches taller than him. So it was kind of a weird pairing, because, like, they would, like, walk together all the time and stuff. She would, like... it was a weird relationship. Let me kill these sheep real quick. Alright guys, we are going to go on a bit of a voyage here. So I can actually go to like a normal biome for once. I just tried to jump up and crit the crafting table. I knew him kinda well. I wouldn't say kinda well, but like we would sit next to each other in some classes and I wouldn't really talk to him. I'd just be like, yo, what's up, man? And he'd be like, oh, hi. He was kind of like shy, like he wouldn't really talk that much. So this started in 9th grade last year when he would eventually do the thing. And at this point, he'd been in school for a couple years. I think he came into school in 7th grade. So he's been there for a pretty good amount of time. A lot of people knew him, And so here's how this kind of played out. So one day, after like English class or something, I walk out of the hallway and I hear a bunch of people just like talking in the hallway. Like they're all like talking about like huddled up. There's like a big group of people just like outside, all like talking to each other. So I walk around a bit. I'm like, yo, what is everybody talking about? And they say, bro, did you hear? Bro, did you hear? Tim like was caught taking pictures of people in the bathroom. And I was like, bro, what? I thought they were joking. Like, I did not think they were being serious. And so I kind of, like, ignored that guy, kind of. Like, okay, whatever, bro. So I kept walking and just going. And then more people were talking about it. And it's, like, some of the people that, like, I knew pretty well were talking about it. So I was like, okay, this is crazy. So, allegedly, what happened was Tim was doing his normal routine where he was trying to take a picture of someone in the bathroom. But he got caught, basically. And so it was 3 guys who caught him. And they're basically like, show us your phone. Like, what are you doing trying to take pictures of us in the bathroom? At this point, the story started to diverge a little bit. Some people were saying that he got beat up by those people. He was jumped. But as time went on, I figured out that this wasn't actually true. He didn't get jumped by them. He just, they just kind of like pressed him a little bit. So eventually the teachers are notified about this, and yeah, that was pretty much it. But I'll give you guys a little bit more background. So at this time, Megan was gone for like a while, for like 2 or 3 months. And people were like, they were kind of confused, like, where is Megan? Tim and Megan were very close, so people would start to guess and assume that, okay, this is kind of crazy, but that Tim was taking these pictures for Megan, which is an insane thing to claim. I'm not gonna lie. Why he would be doing this, I don't know. But people were also just like, what other reason does he have to be taking pictures of guys in the bathroom? And I was like, he's probably just gay. like I feel like that's more likely that he was just like getting off the pictures of people in the bathroom, and it is that he was doing this secret like heist and sending it across the world to Megan, because at this time Megan, I think, was in California. I think she left for like mental health issues or something. I don't know. Her family is kind of weird. Her sister's weird too. Her sister, we're not gonna get into it. She's younger, but she is just weird. And at this time, people were starting to joke around. They started talking about it like it was like Epstein's list, basically. Because at this point, I forget how many. It was a wild amount of pictures. I think it was 300. All right, guys, I'm back, and I did a little research on my phone, going through old messages and stuff, and I found out that there are 275 students at my high school. So and he wasn't taking pictures of any girls, so half of 275. And then we deduced that I think it was 2/3 of the boys had pictures taken, if we assumed that every single boy had a picture of them taken. So I don't remember the exact number of pictures taken, but hopefully that gives you an estimate. And this situation was kind of big news because, you know, I live in a smaller town, not much really goes on. So this actually made it onto the news, surprisingly enough. And this story doesn't really end here. At this time, one of my best friends, if not my best friend, unfortunately moved schools to the neighborhood's public school. So when Tim was expelled out of my school, he went to my friend's school, the public school. Okay, well, this is kind of a precarious situation here. That skeleton is definitely gonna try and knock me off. Yep, immediately when he got to the other school, he was picked on because this was big news. Basically everyone in this area, in my area, knew about the situation. And yeah, he was basically cooked. His life was basically over, to be honest with you. Like everywhere he went, he was just made fun of, bullied. He had people throwing milk cartons at him at lunch. This is literally like straight out of a cartoon. You know, some people did feel bad, you know, especially because, you know, they kind of knew this guy. You know, like he'd been going to school with them for at least like 3 years at this point. So you're probably wondering, how do I feel? Do I feel bad for him? Partially. Because his life is basically over. Let's be real. Like, I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to move away because everyone in this like area, I wouldn't say the entire state, that might be too far, but everyone in this area that I live in knows about the situation. They know what he did, they know his name, they know what he looks like, so he basically cannot make any friends. His only hope is to just move away, basically, which I don't know if he did. I've not heard about him for like a year at this point, not since this situation happened. So I do feel partially bad for him because, you know, what he did was obviously wrong. You shouldn't be taking pictures of people in the bathroom, but ultimately, okay, how are you hitting me? What? I'm literally crouching and it's not putting up my shield. Oh. That was a close one. I almost freaking died there. Okay, that is interesting. I didn't even know that was a difference between Bedrock and Java. So in Bedrock, you just hold down shift and you start shielding and you can do stuff also. Java, you have to hold down right click. That is so interesting. I never knew that. Dude, this freaking skeleton is so annoying, bro. Jesus Christ, finally. That was basically it that was basically the end of the story. There were a couple things that happened, like people made a diss track about him. I don't know if I can play it. I'm probably not gonna play it because it's very derogatory. They had a few choice words that gay people would not like. So We're not going to include it, but just know that it exists. This is probably going to be the end of the video pretty soon. Thank you guys for watching. I'll probably make more story videos like this, probably in the same world. So I have a couple of stories I can tell. My memory is terrible, and my storytelling and communication skills are even worse, so I know this was probably a hard watch for some of you. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting me all the time, and I really appreciate it. New video soon. Bye-bye.